I'm going to talk about Taylor Swift's style evolution by identifying her 3 words for each album era. I have a lot to say, so this is definitely going to be a 2-parter. I just want to add a little commentary up top. As I've said before, our style changes as we do, and as we evolve as people, our style evolves as well. And I feel like Taylor Swift is an amazing example of that. So let's take it from the top. For her first album, I think that Taylor's 3 words were ethereal, romantic, and Western. There's a softness and almost princess-like quality to a lot of the things that she wore, as well as her hair and her makeup. I think that romantic is a great word to describe Taylor's style, especially in the beginning. But I also think that the word romantic just really connects to who Taylor is as a person and her essence and her music. In the beginning, she was very much expressing her country roots, both in her music and in her style. And I love the little kind of Western details like the cowboy boots. Next, we have Fearless. I think Taylor's 3 words for her Fearless album era were glam, Western, and romantic. She held on to the romantic and the Western details, but I think that she traded in that soft, ethereal vibe for something a little bit more sparkly and edgy and glam. Next, we have Speak Now. I think her 3 words for this album era were romantic, sweet, and retro. Romantic has remained a consistent word, and I think it's a good word because it really captures that kind of girly, feminine vibe that Taylor has held on to. Now, retro. This is when Taylor really starts to begin to introduce this kind of retro style. And I chose the word sweet because I feel like there's a real sweetness here. It's a little bit classic and a little bit preppy, but it doesn't go fully preppy until Red. Red, which is one of my favorites. I think the 3 words for Red are retro, graphic, and preppy. She kind of starts to really hold on to and develop that retro vibe that she introduced in the previous album. And I think graphic is a great word because there's a lot of black and white, there's a lot of stripes, and I feel like the silhouettes were really quite graphic as well. And like I said, I think that the sweetness from Speak Now evolves into something a little bit more preppy, kind of more straightforward preppy. And I think that that probably has something to do with who she was dating at the time too. I'm going to talk about 1989 in part 2, but she keeps 2 of the same words. And I want you to guess in the comments which ones remain consistent from Red to 1989.